Here we go. So we're all in lockdown and we're enjoying Tina and their husband's videos for the coronavirus. And of course, we knew we had to get you on here for this panel. But what's going on, Tina?
Hey, just hanging out here in quarantine, you know?
Right. Man, I hear you. You know, it's kind of funny because I work from home. I do everything from home. So like this, it's really business as usual for me.
Yeah.
Most of the people we work with is out of state. So I'm always on Zoom. So I'm sitting there, I'm like, nothing's really changed for me.
Nothing's changed. Yeah. I mean, I grew my business from working from home. And then we went into the office. So this is kind of fun for me to work a little bit more from my own private office, which is awesome.
And we were talking about this a little bit before we hopped on here, but what are some of the things that you're doing differently to adjust with this with your business?
Oh my gosh, so much. I mean, I was talking to my team today and we kind of just said, okay, well, our business plans, we're scrapping our business plans right now. We're starting over fresh.
Yeah.
We are, I told them that I'm making a commitment to them that in the next 30 to 60 days, we are going to, we're basically going to work on this, the mindset.
Yeah. Right.
Because I think it's going to take a lot of us some mindset tools to get through the doom and gloom of what's being presented and what's in front of us, because there's going to be a lot of negativity, of course. And then just being strong for our sellers and our buyers. We are the voice of reason. When there's a lot of uncertainty in the air, our values go up, right? So when sellers and buyers are feeling uncertain, they look to us. When they're feeling really certain, which was the last, 4 years, they don't care about us and they're trying to go to discount brokers and sell their own homes. But right now, there is that uncertainty in the market. So I think it's a good time for us to develop our skills in the next 30 to 60 days.
Right.
And then when we come out of this, we're going to be those leaders that they're looking for.
Yeah, no, I agree 100%. And that's, I think, something we were talking about. I was talking with Jay and some of those guys the other day is nobody really knows what's going to happen next.
No.
Right?
No.
And there's all these experts out there that are predicting and making predictions, and they're from A to Z, right?
Right.
So at the end of the day, like you said, scrap the business plans. Just go like, what can I do right now?
Right now. Yeah. I mean, and that's the thing, like we all speculate, like I'm trying to visualize up from above, and future forecast pricing. Everyone's got their own idea of what's going to happen. But I mean, the reality is I was in that 2008 market. And at that time we had to double down and we had to do, more calls and more frequency. And so I think, what I told my sellers this morning was, we may have less showings, but those tire kickers, they're at home watching CNN and Fox.
Right.
And you're going to see a lot of the value of, or the motivated buyers are out there. The motivated sellers are going to stay on the market until they shut us down completely. I think we're all just trying to hunker down and do our job at the best level we can.
Yeah. And I know, so the one thing that I loved about reaching out to everybody in this group, number one, we have 16 rock stars that are going to be on this panel. And by the way, guys, to get your ticket to this mastermind, all you got to do is go to tina.livewithleaders.com and you can sign up right now. It's absolutely free to get 8 hours worth of real estate value. Yes, 8 hours, 16 speakers, absolutely free. And the best part too is we're not pitching anything. There's no pitch the entire time. So you can't get this anywhere else. I feel that pretty firmly. Yeah,
absolutely. I mean, there's so many different summits that I've paid for, and I'm always looking to grow. I mean, I'm a podcast junkie. I love to go to events and I love to travel because I always take away new nuggets. Right. So I think that's what kind of pushes us into a leader mode, because a lot of agents, doesn't mean they can't be leaders, but for whatever reason, if they're not trying to learn and grow every single day, they won't get as many people following them. So I never asked to be a leader, even to this day when people go, she's a leader. And I go, I don't know, some days, but at the end of the day, I just do my job. I try to do it well. And I try to pour into my people as much as I can every single day.
Right. And I think that's the biggest correlation I can pick out from every single person that's came on here. It's just that learning mentality, just always being able to learn, always going to the different summits, going to different events. I always hear, like, once you invest in yourself, you don't go back. Right. Yeah. Once you go to that first mastermind, and it's not just like the giant conferences are great, but when you get into those like mastermind rooms with some high level people,
oh my gosh,
there's no going back. There's no saying like, I'm going to miss one of those again.
Right. I remember before I joined, this organization, Jay and Mike used to have that $25,000 a year mastermind. and like you had to pay to get into it. And I was like, man, if only I, could pay to get into that. And now it's like you're part of it. But yeah, we have some amazing masterminds, and I'm just happy to be involved now.
Yeah. So let me ask you this. What were your first thoughts when I reached out to you with this virtual mastermind?
Like immediately I was like, yeah, you had texted me and I was so busy that day. And then you texted me again and I was like, yeah, heck yeah, I'm in. I think right now, so many agents are uncertain. And so the thing about it is, and what I've always preached, because people, they always get down on me like, oh, you're all about prospecting and contacts and all that stuff. And it's like, yeah, but that's the way I was taught. And so everything is a contact. Everything starts with a contact. Even a referral is a contact. It's a contact sport. So now in times of uncertainty, I think, to pour back into people and allow them to listen for free. There's going to be from each speaker one nugget that changes someone's trajectory. That's it. If one person changes. So I think for all realtors, us sticking together and just pumping out as much information as we can will help the industry in and of itself.
And that's a great point too, is from each speaker I talk to as well, it's very different. Like you said, this is how you know how to do it. And obviously it works, right?
Yeah.
And there's a, what do they say? Success leaves clues, right? And each one of these speakers has massive success. Everybody got there kind of in their own unique ways. Following a lot of systems and processes, but they're unique ways that we're going to be able to share with everybody out there.
Absolutely. And I think that's what I noticed from all these great people that I meet in all different companies. It's like they study their craft, they're doing it daily, but they're taking action daily. And that's why I'm so passionate right now to not allow people to get comfortable and then, sit on the couch eating their rations every day, waiting for the world to end. It's like, we're going to get through this. There's so many different crises that we've gotten through. And so this is just another one. And I just want people to be stronger on the other side of it. So
you're right. And so there's one thing that I do know. I would say 99.9999% sure that this is going to end at some point. This isn't going to be forever, right? Nope. So where do you want your business to be after this?
Exactly.
It's not going to be the same because that's impossible. You're either going to go up, you're going to go down, or you're going to set yourself up to advance your business. And this is the exact perfect way to do it.
Absolutely. I mean, for all of us, we had big plans to help 350 families this year and sell their homes and buy homes. And, that may not happen. And that's okay. As long as we're moving the needle forward, we're remaining positive. My goal is to make sure that every single one of my agents doesn't leave the business after this. That's my goal. And if I can help other agents not leave the business, that's great, So I think again, we're unifying, we're coming together as an industry, and so if we can provide value, hey, I'm all in.
Yeah, no, and you're right. And speaking of what you were talking about before, like the rooms that you've been in, the rooms that I've been in with all these speakers, I truly believe that there's not a better mastermind out there. With the lineup that we have, you'd have to pay to go to 4 or 5 masterminds just to see each person because you're all keynote speakers. So you'd be the one person everyone's waiting for. And all of a sudden we brought 16 people together. It's absolutely ludicrous.
Yeah, it's so crazy to me for you to say I'm a keynote speaker because for those that really know me, like my whole life, I was so shy about speaking in public. Oh my God. It's like, I used to reject every people would ask me to be on panels and I'd go, no, can't do it. Literally freaks me out. But I was, as I started to grow my team and gain some leverage, I thought I got to put myself in uncomfortable situations. So it's like all of a sudden now you're a team leader. Now you're getting asked to speak at TEDx and you're going,
Which, by the way, that was fantastic. You nailed that.
Well, but after TEDx, now people are like, "Oh, she's a speaker. Like that's what I want to do." That's not what I set out to do. It was my accomplishment. Now, I get calls from local people saying, "Can you come speak at our event?" And I'm like, "No." so anyway, so this is an interesting ride, but whatever I can do to help myself grow and give back, that's really my mission. So. Well,
then I feel honored for the fact that you hopped on right away and you're like, "Yep, let's do it."
Well, this is easier than standing in front of people, memorizing a talk. I don't know if I'll ever do that again, but again, pushing myself into uncomfortable situations to bring value. I grow from that personally, and therefore I think I'd love for more people to push themselves in that direction. So.
Right. Yeah, no, I completely agree. Speaking was something I never enjoyed either prior to a lot of people, like speaking in public, like public speaking, right? So,
Yeah.
but I mean, once you do it, I will say this for me, speaking, the reason I love it so much now is I haven't had a rush like that since like sports, right? You get the butterflies the night before.
Yes.
It's kind of like you're nervous getting into it, but when you're up there, you're in the zone.
Yeah. And I'm always, when I'm sitting in the audience listening to a speaker,
right.
You may agree or disagree, but you kind of, for me personally, I'm like sending them love. I'm like, oh my God, they're doing something that I don't want to do. All these people are looking at you and you don't know if they're enjoying it or not because they're into it. They're not
like just watching. Yeah.
And so in your mind, you're speaking going, are they liking it? Am I bringing value? So I really do send a lot of love to speakers. It's a tough job. If that's your complete path and you're, but yeah. So whatever I can do. I mean, this is simple for me now.
Yeah.
Camera.
No, I love it. I love it. And remember, guys, it's absolutely free. I still don't know why we're doing it for free, but we are. Well, we're doing it to bring value, but
we're giving back, right?
Yeah, 100%. It's absolutely free. 16 speakers. We're going to be unleashing the entire list, but we want to get announcements on here. And Tina, thank you so much for coming on board. Remember, guys, livewithleaders.com, and we'll see you guys next time.
Awesome. Thank you, Nick.
Yeah.
Take care.